What's going on, guys? It's Fletch. We're hanging out, just playing some video games. We ain't got much to talk about this week. We don't got no Thursday night football going on or anything like that. So we're just kind of hanging out playing games. We just kind of wanted to run through some things with you guys. Hopefully you guys been having a good day. Hopefully you're having a good night. I know I'm tired. I know T.Y.'s tired. So it's just been a long week so far. Good news is I got a job starting hopefully on the 17th is when they started me. So that's good. So Fletch working again, bruh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all. Hey, stacking money. That's what we're about.
That's what it's about. So right now, I'm playing Modern Warfare 2, and T.Y., he's playing Destiny 2 right now. So if you guys want to join in or anything like that, feel free to send us a message or a comment on something and let us know. And we'll add your gamer tag, get you in here.
Come check us out. I'm not the best gamer, I will say that, but hey, I'll put on a show. Might be a little funny, but it'll be a show.
Hey man, at least it's a good show. Well, I mean, shit, you've been playing this Destiny for a while, and you've been playing pretty good. I mean, and like I was saying, like in my life, just for whenever I'm playing Modern Warfare, it's like, dude, any given time you can play good and you can play like shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a give or take kind of deal with video games, but that's what makes them fun. You know, it makes them challenging. Is playing against other people and shit like that. Fuck. But yeah, we did want to get down and talk to you about DeMar Hamlin and the injury he suffered in Monday Night Football.
Cardiac arrest, and at the end of a play, that's scary stuff, and prayers go out to him and his family, and he's only 24 years old. I hope for the best for him. He's still got a long career ahead of him. He's
a young kid, man.
He's a great player.
Prayers for the family for sure, they started it off. They tried to say like concussion protocol, and then it ended up having to be defibs, and then there was ambulances out on the field. Didn't finish the game, so
they actually wanted them to start warming up again, and the coaches met at midfield.
I think that would have been a bad idea. All of the players' heads weren't in it after that. I mean, one of your players just got critically injured, and
we're not doing that. So I like how it's awesome how both coaches literally were like, we're not doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's going to be difficult to make up that game, and that's one of those games that they definitely need to make up because it's both of them are at the top of the division leading record. So, I mean, that's a game that has to be replayed.
I mean, they both clinched the playoffs though, so that's one thing. I mean, that helps. It makes it a little bit easier.
But I think it affects the other teams in the division as well.
See, the Bills are so far ahead, and the Bengals, the next team right below them, were 10-6. So even if the Bengals lost, they would have been 11-5.
Yeah.
And the team would have been 11-6.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, the Bengals, they're still in it, and I was just a sad sight to see in a football game. I've never seen a football game get cut short like from an injury that severe. I've never seen that before. So that was pretty.
I've never seen so many players which show their true emotions right there on the field. Which is it's crazy. Because it just shows you how much they care. And it's not just all about football and the money. Like this is people's lives.
It is people's lives, man, and sometimes it can end bad. You see all these players with CTE and all that other stuff with damage to the brain, and and still people love to play the sport. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the most sought after sports to play, but it's super dangerous, man. It's fucking dangerous. Like I love football, dude. I love football. Don't get me wrong. Like I love
my whole
football,
life, you know.
but I just wonder what they'll do with the game. Hopefully they figure it out. I wonder if they'll run it back at the end of the season or
like right before wild cards, but it's so hard because I mean, which neither of them teams have to worry about wild cards, so they could play it while they're doing the wild
or
card
just
games.
take it, chalk it up as a tie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just give them a tie because really it's not going to hurt either one of their records. You know what I mean? So give them both a tie and call it good at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I would do. You give them a tie.
I think that's probably the best option for it too. So
yeah, that's what I would do because like there's no reason to give either team a loss. You know, I mean, it was a close game. The Bengals did look really good, though. I will say that their offense is looking solid.
They're looking pretty solid, man. They're looking pretty solid. So I'm just excited for March, man. I'm getting excited for March for Jones and Ngannou, man. Jones and Ngannou is getting closer and closer. That fight is going to be a fucking dog show, dude, and I cannot wait.
It's like a little kid on Christmas waiting. Like,
I'm
God, tired of waiting.
That's the holiday. That's the holiday that we have to look forward to is Jones and Ngannou, bro.
I look forward more to this fight more than I do my own birthday. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking.
I don't care about birthday.
I wonder what Vegas ends up coming in with, like money wise. I bet millions and millions of dollars, billions probably on bets in that game.
Oh yeah. Oh,
in that fight, man.
It's gonna be a heavy payout, which sucks though. You know, at the UFC, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Is they don't pay their fighters enough. Like I know I guess they get pay-per-view money too.
Only some fighters
like
get
John
pay-per-view.
Jones is gonna get pay-per-view.
And Jones, they'll both get pay-per-view money, but only select few fighters get pay-per-view shares, which is kind of bullshit. But I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes.
It's crazy. Like it's like these guys are risking. They're out here, fighting and doing, and getting a beat down, and putting on a show, and and people are there to see them too, not just the main event. And they don't get no super, or none of the pay-per-view money. Like, come on now, you gotta.
Especially, I feel for a lot of the people like on the fight nights, you know what I mean, like on the fight night cards where they're getting payouts of maybe like 300,000, 200,000.
I mean, that's still pretty good. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Maybe I don't even know if they'll get that, dude. I think that's like a main card, fucking UFC card type money. If you're a smaller fighter. Like a Kamzat, I don't know what he would make pay-per-view, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what he would bring in.
McGregor, I know, brings in big.
McGregor just bring him, he has his own promotion, man. He'll bring in his own promotion crew and fucking get him whatever he wants. Whatever kind of money he's talking about.
Yeah, McGregor literally... He picks his fights. He tells them who he wants to fight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's probably the only fighter that has made $6 million or six figures for a UFC fight.
Oh yeah.
It's not like boxing where you see a Floyd Mayweather fight just like McGregor. McGregor made
boxing
6
fight
figures.
Really, dude, is like a 6-figure fight at least.
They see that McGregor Mayweather fight, that was he made $100 million off that fight.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous. That's why he was and I understand why you give up like training hard because you went from
you don't really need it anymore. You know what I mean? You really don't need it anymore like you once did.
Like he was hungry at one point, and now it's just kind of like, what do I need? What do I need to work hard for? Like I got all this money, I got Bugattis, and I got Bentleys, and
he really
this
does,
and that, to just pull up in, and
he
laugh
really
at all
does.
my haters. So it's just like,
it's crazy.
If it was me, I would just be like, You know, I mean, the UFC, I'll fight. You know, every now and again.
But you gotta
get
give me
you guys
who I
advantage.
want, who I want to fight, and on the time that I want to fight it on. He's on his own schedule, everything. But Dana White, dude, Dana White's funny, man. You ever heard of slap fighting?
Yeah.
So he got into the slap fighting business, and he hosted a slap fighting tournament. I guess the turnout on it was really well, dude. And he made an appearance and everything. How wild,
Yeah.
dude. Slap fighting is one of the craziest things.
And then what didn't he put in like a lot of money towards it?
Yeah,
or
he
something?
made a whole league. He made a
Yeah.
slap fighting
Didn't
league,
he drop
dude.
like $10 million or something?
He went out and tried to find the best slappers in across the world. Like he put out an Instagram post to find the best people to slap across the world.
It's like, hey, who wants to get smacked as hard as they can?
Yeah, no shit, dude.
And we'll pay you. But I guarantee you they get paid a lot more than them, them contests
Well,
we see.
the
with
ones that
Jake
you see,
Paul
the
and
ones that
Logan
you
Paul.
see on like YouTube and stuff too,
Yeah.
like the Roman, like the people in Rome and stuff where they do the slap fighting contest. I don't think they make near as much money as they would with the Dana White promoted slap fighting contest.
So
you know what I mean?
That fight, those fights there are slap fights, man. The only one that I think should have made a lot was that one where Logan Paul was commentating, and it was Arnold Schwarzenegger or I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's just sitting there, and dude gets knocked out in one smack. And he just goes night night, and it's like, oh my god!
Imagine taking a hit by Rocky.
But see, Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't the one that did it.
Imagine the Terminator, dog.
Yeah,
the Terminator.
But he was just there watching him because he's older now, obviously.
Oh, so he was watching the contest. I got you.
He wasn't. He's older now, of course. So
right, yeah.
So like it was nuts. Logan Paul's face is just like, what in the heck?
All bubbly and shit.
Like he was just like in shock. You know what I mean?
Oh, he wasn't in the slap fight. He was just like a commentator or some shit. Right?
Yeah, he was a commentator. He was pretty much, kind of like a Joe Rogan of the slap fighting contest. And he's sitting there and he's like, oh my God. You know what I mean? And
imagine watching somebody
if I seen somebody get smacked to sleep, boy, I'd literally be like, yeah, not for me. Literally. Like, there's no way.
And so I swear, dude, it seems like everywhere I go in this game, it's like worst timing ever. I have the worst timing in this game. You guys see it on stream. I'm telling you, I have the worst fucking timing in this game. But I do have some nice clips. There's some nice clips on there, too.
Yes, sir. Sorry, we just did big things. Sorry.
Just getting this big chest. Got that big legendary loot.
How to celebrate. Let me keep running around collecting my loot,
Ty will get on one of the. I'll get Ty linked up to these streams too. Maybe we can have him set up to where he can stream some Destiny or something too. So that way it'll change up some pace.
We up there, I was helping him out. I'm still learning. I'm not learning, but like I'm just getting back in the game. I used to game, back in the day, but then I got into 2K, which is NBA for some of you who don't know. And then
2K, you dump a bunch of money into.
Yeah, I spent lots of money in that.
Lots of money on
to be honest, you dump a lot of money in it first because you could max your player out to 85 right off the bat. But then after that, like the rest, is gear and stuff like that. But you get so much VC playing in the regular season, then.
So like regular season, you mean like my career, or like is it?
Yeah, but you're doing like so it's your my career, but like the regular season, like your home, like if you play for an actual team, your my player plays for an actual team. So like I played for the Clippers, right? So you still play all the games for the Clippers, and if I do, you know, this, and this, and they got goals for you each game, you know. So if you hit any of those, like score 20 points, you know, boom, that's an extra bonus VC. You know, VC is what obviously you use to buy stuff
The
at the
virtual
stores.
credit.
Yeah. You know, and then you also get shoe deals. So I had a shoe deal with Nike, or I think it was Jordan. You
I
just
would
can't go
have
wrong
chose
with
Jordan.
which, you know what? Actually, no, I went with Nike because Nike, you know, I could get Kobe's, you know, and I can get some. There's some Jordans, you know. Obviously, Nike made Jordan, but there were some Jordans that you could still get, you know, because they look more like Nike, you know, like the I forgot which ones they were, but like Nike just has so many. Like you got Hirachis, you know,
The
you got. I
Hirachis are
mean,
tight, and those are like the shoes that we used to wear
and they
whenever
were
we were
comfortable. I
hooping.
loved them. They were light, they were super light. I felt like I could fly in them. Like literally, I felt like I could fly in them when I jumped. I felt like I could fly.
Those Hirachis.
Yeah, they felt like they're just. I mean, it was, and they, you know, they didn't have them shocks. You remember, everybody was all about shocks back then.
Yeah, that was about the
Like,
time that shocks were popular. Yeah.
yeah, right. Our freshman year shocks were popular. Remember, they had the green and white shocks. But then after that, it was literally boom on to like the shoes that were actually dope.
We ended up not being able to find these last two people, so we ended up winning the round again. I put a small clip on this LMG, so I pull it up way faster.
These maps on here are crazy. I still can't believe, you know, what happened on that football game, though. You know, guys, like it's crazy. It just shows you that no matter how healthy you are, you know, or how healthy you think you are, you know, like anything can happen to you. You know, so you got to be careful. You got to always, you know, live healthy, be smart, because, like, yeah, he took a hit to the chest, but you know, a lot of players take those hits to the chest like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally that's normal.
That's part of the game.
That's you know tackling right there.
But
You know?
in the same sense, it's like, man, I can't believe they're gonna. I mean, they have to finish the football season off because so close.
Oh yeah, they got to finish it off because for one, the NFL's greedy, which I get. You know, because they're gonna lose out on a lot of money if not. And so you want to finish your league and the playoffs, but at the same sense, you know, there's a bunch of other teams that wasn't involved in that situation, even though everyone still feels for him. Like everyone's hurting for him, and everyone feels, you know, like they're gonna remember that while they're out on the field. You know, because I remember seeing guys get hurt whenever I played, and it was just like, oh my goodness, like. Man,
especially getting hurt bad whenever they got hurt real bad.
Like I've seen dudes get knocked out and like they were like blowing snot bubbles and trying to talk, and they were just like it was kind of like, and they were the opposing team, you know, and they ended up being okay, so you can say it's funny now, but it was like they were just like, and you're like, you just got knocked the fuck out, you know, like a Smokey on Friday, you know.
Yeah, man.
Like it was crazy. But like this situation here, when you see a dude get up from a hit and then fall, now that's scary. That's very scary.
But then you don't want to see a player like that, you know, come back too soon or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's done for the season because they're gonna do a lot of heart tests. You know,
they have to, man.
Like they gotta make sure his heart, you know, he doesn't have like a heart condition, you know, which I have a cousin, you know. I'm not gonna mention her name because, you know, she obviously wouldn't want that. But I have a cousin, you know, who I'm praying for right now. She's going through some heart surgeries, and I'm praying for the best for her. And I still need to find out how her surgeries went, you know, and her heart, you know, she's danced her whole life, and out of nowhere. Yeah, she's young, and literally when I say danced her whole life, I mean danced from like 3 years old until now, till 20 or 19 or 20, one of the two, and I think she's 20. She's 20 this, or no, she turned 19 this. So she's like the youngest of her class.
Yeah.
So, but like seeing that happen to her,
That's such a young age.
and she was just at a dance convention in town because she dances at a dance school in LA. Because she like that's her.
That's her thing, man.
Yeah, like dancing is her passion, and like that's what she wants to do for a living. So she went to a dance convention in Kansas City, just to see the kids and whatnot and help out. And next thing you know, her heart rate would not go down. It stayed at 280, and it wouldn't go down. It was stuck at 280, and they took her to the hospital. They ended up having to do surgery. Then they did surgery on the front of her heart, from what I heard from one of my family members. And the doctor went in and he didn't like what he seen. So he wanted to go ahead and go do another one, but on the back side. And it's just scary because it's like she's 10 times healthier than me, and it's like she's in shape.
Man, what about us, man? We need to get back in shape.
I used to be that person who was in shape, like I used to be so in shape, like it was crazy. But now it's like I go take my German Shepherd for a walk / run, and man, I can barely breathe out there. Yeah, we get back, and I'm like, like it's scary. But my prayers go out to my cousin, and that side of my family, my aunt and uncle. Like I pray for them because I know, that's one of their only two daughters. So I know, that they're struggling through this too. But I just pray that everything goes good and she comes back and she's still able to dance and do her thing, because when I tell you she's a great dancer,
she's a fucking phenomenal dancer.
She's a dancer that she'll probably be at least a background dancer for a professional singer, if not doing her own thing, on her own dance studio, and doing stuff type like that. You know what I mean? Like she's that dedicated, and she's really, really good. And I've watched. It's crazy because I got to see her evolve from a kid to
little tiny
this.
Kid
like I watched her start dancing at the age of like 3, I think is what it was. And of course at that age you're kind of like and then you get to see them when they get older, and it's like, dang, this is the same dancer. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like my little cousin was out there doing work, like killing it. It was awesome. Like both of my cousins are awesome dancers. I have a cousin who has a national championship in dancing at college. Like she's that good. So that's awesome to see. And like it's just, I just hope that she's able to still do. Like that's her dream. And I don't want her dreams to be taken from her. So
yeah, no, especially at such a young age, too.
And that'd be crushing for me, for her, for our family, just because like you don't want to see anybody that is pursuing dreams and actually going after them, because a lot of people like I'll admit me, I had shoulder surgery and that kind of, put my dreams on the back hold, but I let it, but anybody who has a chance to actually pursue their dreams and doesn't, it's one thing, but somebody who's actually pursuing their dreams and doesn't have the opportunity to keep pursuing them, that's a whole other thing. Now
a whole other thing.
Sucks.
Well, man, I don't know, man. I think we wrapped up the live stream here.
Right, let's wrap up the live stream with one other thing. With these drugs going around these states, man.
Big time.
With these drugs going around these states, man, and it's
alright. So we was talking about this the other day about because there's a lot of drugs going around like where we're from, where they're laced with fentanyl. And these dudes are willingly killing people with drugs that they
Yeah.
know are going to be killing people.
It's sad. They're laced with fentanyl, whatever the hell you want
One
to
of
call
the
it.
hardest drugs, one of the hardest opiates.
And they know that they are, and like
It's the
there's
shit that takes out rappers and takes out your
Yeah.
local communities, man. Like the shit is not good.
it's not cool either, man. It's not cool. Like for somebody to think, like for one, get a job, you know.
Yeah.
For two, you know what I mean, like that, like you gotta hustle by selling stuff that's killing people, and for three,
especially
your
stuff.
friend.
Yeah, these people are your friends, and you're killing off your friends. Like
I don't care if it's somebody that's not your friend. You know what I mean? Like
regardless,
they
this
shouldn't
shit
be doing.
it just the way that people act towards it, and they think like it's not a big deal. There's not a crisis. There's not a big deal about it. This shit is a big deal. These fentanyl laced pills, like people got pill presses. This shit is real, and people lace these like these low dose pills with this high dose of fentanyl, or they don't even know what dose of fentanyl they're putting in this shit.
They don't even know what's it's all in. Like they have no idea what the hell's going on. It's one of them things where it's like you literally they're getting drugs that they have no idea what they're taking. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and it's hurting families. It hurts a lot of families. It hurts a lot of families that are close
dads.
to
It's taking dads away,
taking
fathers,
taking
fathers,
close family, close
kids,
friends,
sons,
kids, sons, all that shit. And like they say, man, drugs they don't have a face, they don't have eyes. Drugs they don't have a mind.
They don't discriminate.
They don't discriminate. They're gonna take anybody. You know what I mean? So like, you just gotta be on the lookout, and you gotta be weary, especially if you're on that shit. If you're on those kind of like those hard pain drugs, if you're on that stuff, look out for that. Look out for that. Make sure you're getting legit stuff if you're on it. I mean, I don't condone any pill usage or anything like that, but at the same time,
nowadays
you gotta
it's not
make
worth
sure,
it.
man.
It's not worth it.
It's really not worth it.
Nowadays, with all the technology and everything, like it literally isn't worth it, guys. It's not worth it because you might think you're getting one thing and you're going to get something else, and
that shit. That shit costs money, bro.
Yeah.
It costs bread.
You're going to spend all that money.
Thieves, bro, spending money. Like, if you got kids, you're hooked on it. Like, come on now, man. As a community, as a whole, as people, as humans, we're all better than that, man.
Literally,
we gotta get that shit out of the community, man.
Way better.
We gotta get that shit out of the community. I'm glad you mentioned something about it, T.Y., though, for sure.
Because it's getting ridiculous, you know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing, so-and-so died today, like, there was an overdose in a Casey's bathroom here where we live because of them drugs, man. Like, it is
recently. It's not like it was a long time ago. It's not like this was recent.
And it's sad.
Well, we love you guys, man. We love you guys. Please comment, share, subscribe, turn notifications on, man. We're hoping to get some more content in soon. Saturday, we'll be back live. We might get some more gameplay videos.
Saturday, the Chiefs play, so we might do some halftime thing.
We might do that with
we might let the first half play out and do some.
Depending on how the game's going.
As long as it's not a blowout, we'll do that. And then obviously we might do a Saturday Sunday just for you.
We'll do Saturday. We gotta make up. We didn't go Tuesday. We didn't go Tuesday too.
But you gamed for them.
Yeah, it's Fletcher.
TY.
We'll be out.
Y'all know what it is.
we'll be out here. You know, guys, we appreciate all the love and support that we're getting, guys. You guys keep
All
on
love.
bringing it in,
All
bringing
love.
it in, bringing it in, man.
Hey, the
subscribe,
views, yeah.
subscribe, view. Let's go, guys. Bring that channel up.
comment. Give us some feedback. Let us know, guys. Come on, talk to us.